That was pretty all right. Bruins friends, you know what time it is. It is time to hug it out, because that is a 4-1 victory over the Winnipeg Jets. It's breaking the Jets streak of 34 consecutive games without allowing more than 3 goals. Welcome back to Into the Net, everybody. Man, I gotta say, I know we just put up 9 goals in Montreal. This was the best game of hockey the Bruins played all season. This was top to bottom amazing. Amazing. And honestly, I don't even think the fact that we scored 4 goals on them, a feat that it had not been done in like 2 months. I don't even think that is like the barometer of how. I don't think that properly sets like the barometer of how insane this game was. You want to know what the great part of this game was? Is the Bruins penalty kill scored before the Jets power play could even register a shot on goal. We're gonna get into the game, but first of all, like, comment, subscribe. Godspeed. Gotta keep on that grind. But yeah, let's get into the game. And first shift, incredible, amazing first shift. And I thought, that's a really good first shift, but looks can also be deceiving. Let's see how they build off of this first shift. And they built so high. This was the game of secondary effort. Not just putting it on, but putting it on so in a way that Connor Hellebuyck cannot properly save. Which, by the way, first of all, I love Connor Hellebuyck, but this is the only 37 that matters, man. This is the only 37 that matters. And by the way, I'm not gonna lie. For some reason, 37 is just a number that doesn't work for goalies for me. Like, I know. I just said that the only 37 that matters is Bergeron, but even if it weren't Bergeron, 37 on a goalie, it just feels a way that I can only describe as unergonomic. Like the only other number I could think of that's even more confusing for a goalie would probably be like 30. Would probably be like 38, because who the hell is wearing 38 in the day in Anno Domini 2024? I say Anno Domini as if I'm Christian, but I'm not. But back to the first goal. Enough of religious rambling. First goal, building off of that first shift, the third line, which, by the way, Lauko on our third line, he's a keeper. I'd say he's a keeper. He has. This game was one that Frederick is gonna be baller at anyway. This kind of game. You give this game to Frederick and it's just gonna turn into his world, and we're all just living in it. Frederick on the drive. First of all, we get like a solid half minute in the Jets' offensive zone. We get a decent amount of time in their zone. And we just keep putting it on Hellebuyck, and eventually the puck ends up on Frederick's stick, and it's just him and Hellebuyck, and then he sees Lauko screaming across to the open back door, and he just gets it to Lauko, and man. The grapes of wrath. Which, by the way, I love the fact that we all collectively disrespect Don Cherry enough to where Lauko is more deserving of the nickname of Grapes than he is. But in any case, amazing play from our third line. An amazing play from Lauko, who finds himself on a 3-game point streak. Now the last game, the game against Montreal, him scoring a point in that one meant it was the first time in his career that he had scored points in back-to-back games. Which one thing that I forgot to mention in the game in the Montreal game, the points scored by 16 of 18 of the Bruins skaters marked a new club record. Only makes you wish that kind of just makes me wish that we could have also gotten in a point from Swayman. That would have been funny. But coming back the other way on not even 2 minutes later, Bruins kind of get screwed in their own zone. We kind of get the puck. The puck is not doing puck things for us, and I just wish we were a little bit more aggressive with our own zone defense, because we were skating around like we had nothing to do, and wouldn't you know it, Dylan DeMella from the top of the blue line, from the top of the zone, from pretty much the blue line, and fires, and it just barely grazes off of Vladislav Namestnikov's stick, which, by the way, one of the best names in hockey, Vladislav Namestnikov. It's a joy to say his name. But it just barely grazes off of Namestnikov's stick, a fact that the scorers do not really pick up on until like 10 minutes later. But in any case, Swayman kind of has to have that goal. But first of all, Swayman played out of his mind in this game anyway. Even though the Bruins held the Jets to one of their worst offensive showcases all season, including holding them to the least amount of shots they've had on goal through 2 periods all season. And they ended the second period with only 10 shots on goal through 40 minutes. It's throughout all that, whatever was coming Swayman's way, he was doing all right, except for this one goal. And who knows if I think it's Lindholm who is on there. I think if Lindholm plays a little bit harder there, who knows? We might that might not end up getting deflected, and that little waiver might be what is necessary for Swayman to make that save. Who knows? Doesn't matter. A few more highlights from the first period. Marchand took a puck right to the balls. Not great. Just thinking about it sets my teeth on edge. McAvoy. Oh, okay. I know. The refs, they're not great. But McAvoy, you gotta stop taking these dumb penalties. He takes one right at the end of the first period, so we start the second period on the penalty kill. Not great. Not great. Second period of. I'm sorry. I'm just going through my Twitter to try and find in how much I had live tweeted about this, because that's usually what I end up doing is I usually end up live tweeting throughout the game, just to keep my my stuff in check. Oh yeah, I forgot in the first period. Right near the end, Coyle ends up scoring in his 17th of the season, tying his career highest for the Bruins. If I'm not mistaken, on a shot pretty much from Lindholm. Like if you're gonna give the Jets goal to DeMello, you're gonna give this goal to Lindholm. That sort of shit, where it's very much a deflection a bare deflection that gets it in, fantastic job from Coyle. Fantastic play from Coyle. But Carlo. I'm sorry, I'm bouncing around all this. Yes, Carlo. I'm so happy that he's back. I am so happy that he's back. He ends up I'm almost certain that a good chunk of our defensive play this game it was from Carlo. There was highlights of him stopping getting the puck out of harm's way. He was stopping plays before they happened. Carlo is great. And I think that Carlo is great, and this entire organization and his fan base needs to stop giving him shit. The only thing I really have to say for the second period, Pasta. You got to work on it, man. You got to work on it, man. I know. Pastrnak, through the 7 seasons that he's played, at least I think it's actually 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Through the almost 10 seasons that you've played, man. However many seasons that you've played. Through the almost 10 seasons that you've played. I know. I have known you to not be great with puck possession. Hell, last year you led the entire league in it. You led the entire league in giveaways with 109. We all know that Pastrnak is not great with puck possession. But really, man, really, in the second period, he basically just hands the puck right to Josh Morris, my friend Carter, who's host of the Nolan Hockey Podcast. Check them out. I will link them down in the description. He ends up he has been calling Josh Norrisy for so long that I can't stop calling him Josh Norrisy, which, to be fair, is kind of right. Morrissey is a fantastic defensive talent and absolutely deserves the Norris at some point in his career. But yeah, you just gave the puck right to Morrissey on this one. And second period, other than that, in the second period, great job at drawing penalties. And believe it or not, Forbort actually had a really good play in this one. And puck was just about to leave the zone. He reaches out and corrals it back in on a minute and a half stint in the offensive zone that ends in DeMello boarding someone and going to the box for 2 minutes. Fantastic, like I said, fantastic job from him. The third period was very much the third period was kind of a snooze fest for the first 10 minutes, I'm not going to lie. Pasta had another really bad turnover at one point. He ends up during a really good offensive zone stint, he ends up just completely mishandling the puck and giving it away, losing us that position. But it doesn't matter because give me fuel, give me fire, give me Nino Niederreiter goes to the box for tripping against Jacob Lauko. And we're thinking, okay, great, we're on the power play. We can do this. We're gonna be able to do this. Lindholm, what the hell? Lindholm, why are you going for interference? So we end up with about half a minute of 4-on-4 play, and nobody's happy about that. Nobody's happy about that, and rightfully so. Nobody should be happy about us having to go on a 4-on-4 stint until our side is over, because Bruins penalty kill. Oh my god. Dude. Bruins penalty kill right off rip. Jake DeBrusk. Jake frickin' DeBrusk. He's just gunning it. Just keep frickin' going, my guy. He's just storming in, and he rips it right down past Hellebuck's pads. And while he's on his knees, he gets turned around by a defenseman. And after it goes in, and defenseman didn't push him or anything. And it was more so just the trajectory of DeBrusk's trajectory put him right on that collision course. It looked so clean. It looked like a smooth spinorama as a celly. Man, a short-handed goal before their power play has even registered a shot on goal. And by the way, this was the third power play that the Jets had. This wasn't like they got off to a really bad start in their first power play. No, this is the third power play that they had. And so down 3-1, the Jets are like, okay, yeah, we need to pull Hellebuck. We need to pull Hellebuck. So, and what happens? The Bruins very nearly score. It's on Pasternak's stick, and he just turns it over. Yes, we end up scoring on this empty netter, and Pasta ends up getting the assist on this one. Why are you still fucking up this badly? I don't want to be this upset. I don't want to be this upset about it. But you know what? Actually, no. There is no you know what. Because I'm not going to be upset about this. You want to know why? Because the Bruins just played their best hockey of the season against one of the hottest teams in the entire NHL. The only team that the Bruins could have played that are even better are the Canucks. And that is going to be a game that is going to be prime time television right there. That is going to be that game when the Bruins play the Canucks, which I don't know when that is going to happen. I will actually check right now. Boston Bruins schedule, Control F. Vancouver. The 8th. Oh man. We're gonna have the freaking All-Star break before that. That is going to be a hell. That is going to be an amazing game. But since we're wrapping up games before the All-Star break, might as well plug a little bit. I have decided that this year I'm going to take streaming a little bit more seriously. It doesn't mean that I'm going to know everything about streaming immediately, but I'm going to be streaming more often. And that starts with 3 times a week. 3 times a week. I am going to be doing. I'm absolutely certain I said this on Twitter at some point. I said it on Twitter today. If I can go down, the stream schedule for the week. Tomorrow from 4 to 7. Actually, no. Addendum to this. Yes. Tomorrow from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock p.m. EST. We're gonna be going back to Monster Hunter World Blind, and on actually no, not on Thursday. On Friday from 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. Like, we're gonna be doing a little bit of Enter the Gungeon, a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, just to give a little bit of familiarity, and then from Saturday to Sunday, 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's right. We're gonna be doing a 24-hour stream this weekend, and tune in for that because we're going to be doing a really, really big challenge on Team Fortress 2. And hopefully my computer doesn't crash because, my God, my computer loves to crash while playing TF2. I don't know why, but hopefully it doesn't. It doesn't matter. We're still going to be streaming 24 hours this weekend. And so stay tuned for that. And thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow on twitch.tv /100_Bex, BECS. Take care, everybody. I'll see you on the flip side.